Hi everyone, Catherine here from Inkfinger Cat, and I'm back with another scrapbook process video. I will confess this was made a good couple of weeks ago now. I was still tidying up stuff off the desk, and I thought I'm just going to carry on with the kit that I worked with, and make another scrapbook page. Can you tell I'm a bit tired? So I started with the photo of my gorgeous great aunt and uncle, Uncle Alf and Auntie Lou, having obviously one hell of a giggle on the sofa in our family home when I was a child. So this is some point in the 1980s, probably mid 1980s. Don't know the exact date, but yeah, that's where I'm going with circa. And I matte and laid it with white and black into a nice square photo because the rest of the photo was just the sofa. It wasn't really showing you anything. It wasn't really adding to the story. And basically I decided that obviously I'd got all of these pieces left over from other page kits. I've got all these stickers. I've got the branding strips. I decided I would take the 49th Market cardstock. They're like a texture, well, it looks like it's textured, but actually it's just totally flat cardstock, that I bought in January at the Crop. I bought a pack of this cardstock, and it colour coordinates brilliantly with these leftover pieces. This coral, it just works really well. So I have that as my base, and then I've decided I'm going to put just the A4 cardstock across the panel, and then I'm just going to create like this sort of like patchworky looking base for my photograph with a few strips going across the centre. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to layer bits and pieces up. I am literally just trying to use the scraps, so I'm just going to layer things up. Most of them I distress. That was brilliant timing on my behalf that I said that just as I distress something on screen. You know I don't plan these. You know that this is very much me just wandering around my... wandering around? Is that the right word? No, of course it's not the right word. Just sitting here and watching that video and then remembering what it is I did. Right, so I have created my main cluster part, and now I've decided, right, well, I now need to distress the white piece, and I'm going to add some ink to it because I want a little bit of mixed media. The last page I'd done also had mixed media, and I went over the top. I'm going to try and keep this one a bit more subtle. I think I do it. I think I achieve it. So I take out a Hey Little Magpie stencil, and then I am taking absolutely ages to try and find my abandoned coral. That's what I was looking for in the distress ink. I started where I knew it would be covered up first so that it was a little bit heavier there, and then after going through the stencil I just literally almost wiped off the brush to create some blended patches, and then I went in and squidged a little bit onto my acrylic block, popped some water on it, and then splattered. Now at this point I was looking at that abandoned coral and thinking it's too pink, it's not quite the right colour. So I then brought in the wild honey and then just again did a little bit of blending, and that was perfect. Just helped to kind of tone down. And obviously I also went in and added spatters. You know that whole thing of not going over the top? Fortunately it's only a small part of it and it works and it's fine. But yeah, I just don't seem to be able to stop when I start. So I am adding in these doilies. Again, these are doilies that are old Stampin' Up ones. At this point I had totally lost the other half of that doily. And I knew I'd got one left over so I could cut another one in half, but I knew it was there somewhere. Found it. So I've added those to the edge of the panel just behind, and although they're quite subtle against the background, that does give just that little bit of texture. I can see it, you can see it, yeah. And then I'm going to add another one in here. So I think that's left me with just one of those doilies left. I've had those for so long. It's so good to get them used. And now I'm just going through all those sticker sheets to try and find things that will work with the theme and that I can stick in place. Again, I think I said this on the last video, the stickers are not that sticky. Now, the reason I wanted to scrap a picture of my Uncle Alf and Auntie Lou is because of these birds. Uncle Alf and Auntie Lou had a bird called Bluey, who used to fly around their lounge, and he was just adorable. And so I had to include a picture of them when I saw that these stickers were on the sheet. There was no one else I could scrap about in relation to budgies other than Uncle Alf and Auntie Lou. And just a little bit about Uncle Alf. He embodies the word mischief. That's what he did. He had such a cheeky sense of humour. He was always so caring, but he was always up to no good. There was always something that he was doing that he shouldn't really have been doing. And then Auntie Lou would shout at him across the room. I've just got the best memories of spending time with them. Goodness knows, I don't know when they died. It was a long time ago. I vaguely remember going to Uncle Alf's funeral, but I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't even go. Maybe I was so young I didn't go. I have a sense of going, but I don't remember entirely. But I have such lovely memories of being a child and having lovely time in their house, being fed sweeties, throwing the sweetie wrappers into the open fire, the bird flying around, being given cookies. Well, they weren't cookies, they will have been biscuits. Yeah, definitely biscuits, not cookies, but biscuits by Auntie Lou. I remember their kitchen. You know, when you're just like, it's really embedded. Anyway, that's me waffling about the memories, which, you know, that's what scrapbooking's about. It's about preserving the memories. And, you know, they've not been in my life for many, many years now. I mean, we're now probably talking 30 years, maybe even 40 years since they've been in my life. But it's so lovely to remember them. So I went through all those sticker sheets and started applying all the stickers, adding glue where I could, and now I'm looking for a title. And I knew in this bird song pack there was one that said Sweetest. It took me a little while to find it, but then I found it. And I just thought the Sweetest Pair is probably the perfect title for them. But I do have another fiddle through this pack of things to see if there's anything else I can pull in. I might have possibly pulled in, yeah, I think I pulled in that you can see the joy, or you can feel the joy, because the photograph, I don't know who took the photograph. I'm assuming it was my dad. He's just captured them in the middle of a cuddle and like really laughing. So he'll have cracked a joke. I know that's what will have happened because it was very funny. So what else do I pull in? Oh, well, now it's just the letter stickers for the title because I need to finish it off. So the Sweetest Pair is what I'm going to do. And I'm using these letter stickers, which are from Hey Little Magpie. And they're gold because I think there's a few of the elements have got kind of a little bit of gold on them, those stickers that I've brought in. So I thought it would work well. But I am using glue to just make sure that they stick in place, because sometimes I find that my letter stickers just sort of wander around a page and don't really end up being connected to the page and where they should be. So then you end up with missing letters from your titles, etc. So I do always like to add a little bit of extra glue if I can, or if I remember. And then I think it was just time for journaling. So I'm adding my journaling at the bottom, just underneath the photos section, to say, you know, that they really were the cutest couple. They were so sweet, and I have so many fabulous memories of my mischievous great uncle Alf. It was my granddad's brother. That's how we're related. I think that's it. Oh, again, a little bit of extra journaling about the fact that they were in our house. It's the house I grew up most of my childhood in. And that, I think, is me done. Yeah, I think it is. I'm just going to go around gluing, making sure it's all done. Yeah, it's all done. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Here's some close-ups for you. You can tell when you don't film a voiceover immediately after you've done the project because you can't remember what you've actually done. And obviously I also went off on a bit of a waffle to tell you about this fabulous couple. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see future videos. I do scrapbooking and card making and sometimes some random other stuff too that I share here on my channel. I would love to see you again, so please do leave me a message to say hi. I'd love to hear from you. I really enjoy having everyone's feedback on the projects that I make, and if there's something that will have inspired you. Please do also do the like thing, because that really helps people know that it's something that's worth watching, so I appreciate it if you do that. That's all I've got to say now, really, so thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.